Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session for this hour. It's great to have you all here with me. It's time for us to go ahead and begin, so please feel free to join me here in the Hangout. We'll go ahead and get started in just a moment. I'm going to get warmed up a bit, and then we'll get right into our reading boot camp. I'll say boot camp because you are going to do lots of reading today. All right, very good. Well, it's great to see you all again. Please join me in the Hangout when you're ready. Elcio, welcome to class. How are you doing today?
Hello, Carissa. How are you?
I'm doing just fine today. It's great to see you again.
I'm good to see you again. And I'm a little tired. Many work, lots of work.
Uh,
Ever work, work forever.
well, you're going to enjoy the reading passages that I have selected for you today then. I think they're perfect for you and I did not know that.
I can imagine it.
Yes. Okay, so Elsa, tell me about your weekend. How was your weekend?
Uh, it's a normal weekend. I sleep and I learn and I make bread. I have
Oh,
a I have a small business.
oh really?
Yes, I work like a finger food,
Mm-hmm.
and I make mini breads, mini hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
a funny work.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Now, is this a family business that you have, or do you work for someone?
No, my family business.
Oh, that's nice. So, and how long has the business been in your family?
Oh, short time, 3 months.
Oh, just about 3 months.
Yes, it's a new business.
Yeah, so that's why you're working a lot.
Yes.
You say yes.
Work on during the day, during the night, study the night. But I think it's very funny.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the job that you do. That's very
Yes.
nice. It's great that you enjoy your job. Okay, well, good. Sounds like you had a productive and restful weekend. That's very nice.
Yes.
All right, very good. Well, let's go ahead and welcome your classmates, the ones who have joined us so far. Let's see. Let's go ahead and welcome Nihan. Is that right? Nihan or Nihan?
Nihon.
Nihan.
Sorry, but Stella, I hear a lot of noise which comes from you. Could you please mute yourself when you are not speaking?
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
it's
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry.
But there's a lot of static in your microphone, Stella.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. Try to maybe adjust the volume on your microphone. Uh-huh. Yeah, that'd be good. Just the volume, and then when you're not speaking, make sure that you mute your microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to do that as well on my microphone. I'm not sure why I get lots of feedback, but I can't put the volume on 100% on the speakers. Somehow the microphone and the speakers are interrupting or interfering with each other. All right, your AGC. I don't know what the
what's
AGC
that
is.
mean?
I don't know what is it.
AGC is the auto gain control for microphone.
Oh,
Uh, It's a cause of the noise.
the auto game control. I'll
Yes.
try that. Auto game control. All right. Okay, good. Thanks for that suggestion. I'll look into that. Maybe Stella can look into that as well. All right, thank you. All right, very good. So we were talking to Oh, sorry, and I forgot. Nihan.
Nihon, yes, that's right.
Yes, Nihan. Okay, so
But
Nihan, please introduce yourself.
okay, but first of all, I would like to learn your name. How can I pronounce it? Carissa or
Yes, Carissa.
Carissa. Okay. My name is Nihan. I'm from Turkey. I'm not working right now. I think that's all.
Okay. Well, you have a beautiful picture, Nihan. Is that your daughter in your picture?
No, she's my niece.
Oh, well, she's lovely.
Yeah, she is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for your introduction, Nihang. And thanks for joining us here today. Okay, very good. Let's also welcome, let's welcome Heide. Heide, welcome to class. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again. I'm fine, thank you.
Yes. Good to see you again. Great to have you here. How was your weekend, Heide?
Weekend, now Japan, it's rainy season, so always it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
But today, the sky is very clear and hot and humid. Maybe summer has come, I guess.
Okay. All right. It sounds a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you like the rain.
Always cloudy or overcast, but still cool and a little humid. It's better than summer.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think I would rather take cold and a little chilly and rainy than extremely, extremely hot, especially at night. Okay, very good. Heidi, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Stella, welcome to class. How are you doing today?
Oh, thanks. I'm fine. It's actually my first class.
Okay. Well, good. Well, welcome, and thanks for choosing Verbaling. It's great to have you here, Stella.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead. Let's also welcome David to class. David, how are you doing?
Hi again, Carissa. Thanks. I'm doing well.
Hello again. Great to see you again. Okay. All right, good. Elsil, thanks for sharing that link for us. All right, Stella, take a look at the link that Elsil put in the Verbaling chat. And if you see that it's a good idea for you to try that. And it's complicated. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Okay, maybe just wiggle the cord a little bit.
I'll find you more easy.
Yeah, find one for the beginners here. I don't know. Okay, just try to plug in your mic again or change it. Yeah, that could be a simple solution as well, Stella. Try to unplug your mic or change it if you're able to. All right. Well, listen. Let's not get distracted. Hopefully, Stella, we're able to get your microphone sounding a little bit better, because we're happy that you're here. All right. Very good. So, again, everybody, my name is Carissa. Here, I live in Costa Rica, but I am originally from the United States. I'm from the state of Ohio, and I've lived here in Central America for a number of years. Here in Central America, my name is pronounced Carissa. So if you say Carissa or Carissa, it's just fine. I'll answer. Okay, very good. Well, as you can see from reading the description of our class today, the objective of our lesson today is that you get some practice. You get a lot of practice with your reading and your reading comprehension. Okay, now we're going to do things a little bit differently today. Usually, I just have my students read just a small passage, maybe a paragraph or two. Today, I've chosen a larger piece, a longer piece, because if you read longer, then it's more taxing and it challenges you more. Okay, so I want to do that today with the goal of helping you to sustain your reading ability over a longer period of time. Not only that, you'll be able to retain information, and I'll ask you some questions about the information as we go along. Okay, so hopefully you find the articles that I've chosen interesting, and you can do this exercise on your own as well. Whatever reading piece you find interesting, go ahead and practice it. Practice small reading pieces, but then also longer pieces, and you'll find that it's harder, but you'll enjoy it. Okay, very good. Okay, well, good. So let's see. Joao just joined us. Joao, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. Great to have you here, Joao. Okay, so as I mentioned, my name is Carissa Joao, and we're going to get started. We're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson. All
Okay.
right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to start off with a smaller piece and talk about it, and then we're going to move on to a larger piece. Okay, so that should take us through the duration of our class period. All right, so let's take a look at the picture and the reading on the board. Okay, this is a little bit of a serious topic, but it's taken from World News, and maybe we can just get the reading and we'll talk about it just a tad bit. All right, very good. So I'm going to ask, hello, Ismail. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. How are you doing today, Ismail?
I am doing well, Carissa. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. Great to have you back again. All right, very good. So let's go ahead and get our reading, okay? Let's see.
Could you make that letters a little bigger? Or
Sure.
could you give
I-
us a link? Or
I can sure do that. I can surely do that. Okay, how's that?
yeah, thank you very much.
Is that a bit better? Okay, very good. Okay, Haide, would you mind beginning the reading for us?
Okay. Violence against women has become a global public health problem of epidemic proportions. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), some 35% of all women will experience either intimate partner or non-partner violence, says WHO. Intimate partner violence is the most common type, affecting 30% of women worldwide.
Very good. Haide, your reading was very good. I chose this piece because you get a variety of difficulty. Some of the words are very easy, and some of the words are a little bit harder to pronounce, like epidemic, epidemic proportions. Also, you have percentages, and you read those percentages just fine. Very good. Okay, now when you talk about the World Health Organization, usually they simply say, or we simply say WHO. Okay, but it's important that you can use that abbreviation right after you say the World Health Organization. Okay, so if you continue reading about WHO, okay, you can simply say WHO. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Excellent job with your reading. Hi there. All right, now let's talk about it a little bit. Let's see how well we understood what's going on. Okay, first of all, let me ask if this is a problem in your country. Okay, let's see. Elcio, can you tell me if domestic violence against women is a problem in your country?
Yes, in my country it's a big problem. Many women there's that problem for violence. But the law in Brazil is very easy for the partners. It's a big problem.
Okay, so it's a very big problem. All right, and you mentioned briefly about the laws. Okay, in your opinion, what is being done to help victims of domestic violence, Elcio, in your country?
Capital punish.
Capital punishment?
I think
Wow,
the
that's
best way to resolve.
well, yeah, if there were stricter laws and the penalties for offenders was stricter and harsher, perhaps you'd see a lot less domestic violence. Okay, that's interesting. Uh-huh. Very good. Let's get another opinion on that. Nihang, is this a big problem in your country?
Of course it is. I guess all of the countries has the same problem. Some of in some of the countries, women just protected with the laws, and it's the best way. But I'm not talking about capital punishment. I'm against the capital punishment. But yes, there's a really serious problem in my country.
Okay. Now, what do you think is being done? Is there anything being done to help victims of domestic violence?
Yeah, they should have been protected with the laws, with the government, in a really logical way. I don't know, but if the girls just treat themselves better and got a job and have no financial problems, it couldn't be really serious problem because they can protect themselves. But if a woman doesn't have any financial support, she has to endure that kind of violence, and it's a really cruel. I don't know. It's really hard to explain it.
Okay. All right. Now, on the flip side, what do you think is being done to help offenders, okay, of domestic violence? For example, we talk about with what's being done to help the victims, but is there anything being done to help those who have the problem of hurting women? Maybe are there public announcements? Is there more education? Different things being done to build appreciation for women? Let's see, Ismail, what is your thought on that? Your take?
Yes, Carissa, it is a difficult problem actually, and it is a big problem in my country. Government are trying to create new laws to prevent the violence against women, but it doesn't work actually because every day you can read on newspaper same event again and again. It has deep roots. Maybe we should change our tradition, our culture, our thoughts, our society, and education is very important. Generally, women raise their male children, but after growing, a male being an adult can use some violent method against their wife, against their sister, and so on. I don't think love is enough to prevent this event actually.
Okay, so
We
you don't
should
feel...
find new method. Maybe we should give education, violent people, psychological treatment, maybe.
Okay. All right. Now that's interesting. Okay. So you say that they need to get receive some type of treatment, like emotional or psychological treatment or assistance. And then Nihan says that they should be rehabilitated. Yep. So it sounds like, it definitely sounds like sometimes when something is very popular or common or custom in a country or in a place, you just see you see it. It's almost in the air that you breathe that it's okay to mistreat certain types of people, and some people blame the women, some people blame parents. There's lots of people that you can blame, but it is definitely a big problem, as we can see here in the article. All right, very good. Well, okay, let's go ahead to our next article. Thanks for sharing your thoughts here on this article. We're going to move right into our next article. This article was taken from a report from China. Okay, and let's see, let me make that a bit bigger. Okay, and surely this is not something that just happens in China. Surely that is something that happens in other parts as well. All right, very good. Let's get Stella. Stella, can you read the paragraph for us?
Yeah. Can you listen me?
Yes. That
Yeah.
sounds much better, Stella.
Okay. According to media reports, recently amended legislation requires adult children not only to visit their aging parents, often but also to tend to their emotional needs. The law does not stipulate any punishments for children who fail to comply.
Okay, Stella, your reading was very good. Now, again, this is a short piece, but you did a very good job here. All right, now the part in bold letters, or excuse me, in bold print, okay, that part needs to be emphasized. Okay? All right, so let's talk about this a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Let's hear from David. David, how are aging parents and grandparents viewed and treated in your country?
Okay. How is the education from grandpas and grandma? Is the question? Uh, I don't get the question. Sure.
Okay, so in your country, how do people treat parents and grandparents? How do they visit them? Do they have them in nursing homes? How do they treat their parents and grandparents?
Mhm. I think for grandpas and grandmas, it's not very common put them in like a place for people. It's not very usual here. It's more usual that they stay in a house, in a home, maybe from a child, from a daughter, or from a son of them. The treat is well, not bad, because we respect our ancestors, our old people, because they were they focused in the past for for ours. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing a bit about your culture. Very good. Thank you. All right, and let's see. Let's go to, let me ask Nihan. Nihan, in your culture, how are aging parents and grandparents treated?
We treat them well. We respect them. We visit them. In our tradition, we visit them often, and we don't usually put them to a nursing home. It's a kind of not respectful treatment to our elder ones. When religion is emphasized in a country, you have to treat your adults or elder ones better. I guess in Turkey it's a good situation for our grandparents.
Okay. Now, this is very interesting what the article mentions, okay, that there's been recent legislation requiring adult children to visit their aging grandparents often and to care for their emotional needs. All right, now that's very interesting. Okay, so according to this article, it would seem as if some people are not caring for the emotional needs of their grandparents and parents. All right, what is your take on that? Stella, tell me about that. What is your view? Do you think that the people in general in your country, do they care for their aging parents and care for their emotional needs as well?
Well, here in Brazil, it's a kind of strange because we talk about respect the old people, but we we think they care of them when they old to put them in nursing homes. So it's not that fine. They have some laws to help them, and in my city actually, we have programs for them. and they travel and take care of the healthy, maybe exercise. So here I see some care, but in general it's not like that. It's not so cool.
Okay. All right. Very good. So, yeah, we have some differing situations in the various countries. That's very interesting. Now, what I found interesting about this article too is that there is a need for laws to care for aging parents and grandparents. I guess the question that came into my mind is that shouldn't we do that? Because these are the same ones that cared for us when we were young, and they cared for us as we grew older. They taught us. They provided for all of our needs. So should we really need legislation? Um, Heide, what do you think? Do you think we really need legislation to care for our aging parents?
No, this is China, so they can do anything by law. But Japan, we are living under a democracy, so the government can't force the people to do something.
Okay, so yeah, so that depends on what society you live in. All
Yeah.
right, that's true. That's true. But I think it's just interesting that we even need that you even need a law to care for your loved ones. That should be something natural. All right, very good. Thank you for your thoughts. Okay, all right, let's go to our next article. Let's keep things moving. All right, so we've got a couple of people reading so far. Let's go ahead and take a look, okay, at our longer piece. All right, so this is a bit of a longer piece, but it's a topic that's very interesting. Most of us are professionals, okay, and we've been in the working world for some time. Okay, here's a situation that could affect us at some point. Okay, what we're talking about is burnout, workplace burnout. Okay, so here's an interesting article about it. Okay, there are a few paragraphs here, so we're going to take turns reading the paragraph, and then there is a dialogue, an interview with a dialogue that we're going to take a look at. All right, so let's see. See if we can get our. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger. I had to put it at 22, but that's not working. Okay, just give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Okay, very good. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do, each of you will have one paragraph to read. Okay, when the person ahead of you is finished, then you'll go ahead and start the reading. Okay, very good. So check the chat box. I'd like to just put the order of the reading here. Let's go ahead. We'll start with Haydar. Haydar, please begin the reading with the first paragraph.
Teacher, I can't. I have just one question, and I have to leave.
Okay.
About your next class, can we write anything we want, or just subjects? I want to write something else.
Well, we're going to do. It's going to be based on subject. Okay, the subject that you see there in the description. We're going to talk about that.
Okay, then. Thank you, teacher. Sorry about the time.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for your question. All right, so Elcio, how about we start with you? Take the first paragraph, Elcio.
To read, teacher?
Yes, please.
Yes. Here we go. Enil was beyond exhausted. He had taken on a new job because it promised greater prestige and more income. But now he was working late nights as well as weekends, sometimes up to 80 hours a week. The work environment was chaotic, he states, and all the responsibility fell on me. I said to myself, I said to myself, what have I done? If I don't make a change, I'm dead. And it was rapidly burning out.
Very good. All right, and let's continue with our reading. Let's have David. I'm just going to scroll down a bit, David. 1 second.
Okay. Workplace burnout is more than mere tiredness. and it goes beyond the ordinary stress of everyday work. Burnout is characterized by chronic exhaustion and strong feelings of frustration and powerlessness. Those suffering from burnout tend to withdraw emotionally from their work, lose motivation, and become less productive. Studies also link burnout to numerous emotional and physical health problems.
Okay, David, thank you for your reading. Great job. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our next paragraph.
What causes burnout? Work overload is often a factor. Because of economic pressures, some employers demand that employees work longer hours at time for less money. Technology now keeps some in constant contact with their job, blurring the lines between work and private life. For some, job insecurity, lack of control over their work, or feelings of being treated unfairly contribute to burnout. So does dealing with unclear priorities or conflicts with coworkers.
Excellent job. All right, let's continue. Next reader, please. Okay, so Heidi, your turn, please.
Okay, aware. Burnout can also be self-inflicted. In the pursuit of career goals and greater income, some try to fit ever more work into their life. Such ones may become overconfident and find themselves on a road to burnout.
Very good. Next reader, please.
If you are experiencing workplace burnout, how can you recover? Granted, change may seem impossible if you feel trapped in circumstances beyond your control. Nevertheless, consider the following 4 steps for dealing with burnout. You may have more options than you realize.
Very good, everyone. Okay, now I'm going to stop the reading right there, okay? Thank you, everyone, for your reading so far. Now, does anyone have any questions about any of the words, any of the expressions that we've read so far? Okay. All right, now I do have a question. Have you ever experienced burnout? Has anyone here ever experienced burnout?
I don't know, teacher. I don't remember burnout. What is?
Okay, can anyone explain to us, according to the article, what is burnout?
Burnout is beyond the stress, actually. After you feel under stress long time, your body give a answer.
Give some signals, yeah.
Now I know I have this problem.
Oh no. Well, don't worry, Elcio. We're going to talk about the steps. We're talking about 4 steps that can help you get on the road to recovery.
Money solve the problem.
Yes, very good. All right, very good. Okay, so yeah, so burnout. Okay, so I think I heard someone say that your body starts to give you signals.
Yeah.
Nihan, what signals do you see?
Actually, in my own life, I had terrible headaches, and I just felt really tired, and then I just want to sleep a lot, but I couldn't feel that I get this enough rest, and your body just start to fall down, and your mind, your moral, it's not moral. What can I say?
Morale.
Morale, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your physical condition getting worse. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow, those are some pretty serious symptoms. All right. Okay, Ismail, I see you've written in the chat box. Tell us how has it affected you, or what happens to you?
Yes, Carissa. I wake up exhausted, and I cannot concentrate on my work or on anything actually. I sometimes forgot my car key or many important events during work or during my private life, actually.
Okay, so inability to remember things. Okay,
Yes.
yep. This is definitely a sign that your brain is being taxed a bit much, your brain and your emotions. Mm-hmm. All right. In fact, in the article it says that it's characterized by chronic exhaustion. All right. So there's a good vocabulary expression for you. Okay. You could say constant fatigue, as I've typed in the chat box, or chronic exhaustion. Something that is chronic is ongoing. Uh-huh. Or you haven't mentioned this yet, but maybe strong feelings of frustration and powerlessness. It's like you know that something needs to change, but you're not really sure exactly what to do. Let's take a look at this example with Anil. Okay, Stella, what happened here with Anil in his new job?
She was very exhausted and started to think, what what have he done? Because he was so tired that feels like dead.
Mm-hmm. That's true. How many hours was he working, Stella? How many hours was he working?
Oh. Oh, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd stay.
Okay. All right. Can anyone tell me how many hours was Anil working?
8 hours a week.
80.
Yeah, there you go. Can you imagine working 80 hours a week?
How could it
Wow.
be possible?
How is that possible?
Working, how many hours he has to work in a day? I cannot calculate now.
Okay. Well, if
10,
he,
more than 10.
uh-huh. Yep, if he worked 10 hours a day, that would be 70 hours. So he would have had to work some 12-hour days. And it
I
says here,
wasn't thinking about the weekends. Only just 5 days. I was thinking.
yeah, but he says here that he worked late nights and weekends.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All
Poor
right.
But
Yes.
some important project is going on, and the workers need to work in that case. But they have some goal. Then until they achieve reached to the goal, they need to work hard. But somehow they can see the goal. Then they don't have any burnout.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't have goal, every day they need to work, and when my job finished, they can't know about that. In that case, maybe people have burnout.
That's an interesting point. And I think what Anil was feeling here in this paragraph is that he did not see an end in sight. There was no end to the 80 hours a week. Okay, it seems that the job just required that much time, that much of his time, all of the time. Not just for a project every once in a while, but always. So yeah, that does make a difference when you cannot see an end to such an accelerated pace. All right, so let's move down. Let's move now and talk about some things that ones have found, according to the article, has been very helpful in combating or dealing with burnout. Okay, Stella, I do believe it is your turn. Okay, can you take number 1 for me?
Okay. Evaluate your priorities. What's most important to you? Many people will likely put family relationships and good health near the top of their list. These are things that are likely to suffer if you are burned out. By clarifying
Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. By clarifying your priorities, you prepare yourself to make difficult decisions and accept the trade-offs. For example, you may see that your work is leading to burnout. Yet you may reason, I cannot change jobs or work less. I need the income. True, everyone needs income, but how much and at what cost to the things you value most?
Continue.
Beware of pressure to adopt the priorities of others around you as your own. Your employer's priorities and yours are likely different. Others may choose to put work first in their life, but this does not mean that you must do the same. Principle: even when a person has an abundance, his life does not result from the things he possesses. A wise man.
Very good. All right. So that last word is abundance. All right. Very good, Stella. Okay. So this was a little bit more challenging because you had to read a bit longer. Okay. So let's talk about this just a tad bit, and then we're going to move right into our next the next point. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the main idea of this first point? Evaluate your priorities. What's the main point here? Okay.
Maybe you have to address someone because no one wants to take the other's place.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Okay, Elcio. Elcio, what do you think? What is the main idea or point of number one?
Teacher, is a big problem because work is very important in my life, and I prefer to die than I stopped my work.
Okay.
It's very complicated, but I like to work. Even it is a problem for my future.
Okay, so you enjoy working. That's true. All right, so let's hear some other comments about that. Okay, so does work take the place of family relationships and good health? Okay, what do we think about that? Let's see, David, what do you think about that?
I was watching.
So, David, what do you think about that? Do you think that work should come before family relationships and good health?
Okay, depends on the person, but for mine, it's important the family, the relation, the friendship, the relationships, because I don't know. I think that thing taught me my father and my mother that the relationships are more important than money, business, and work. That is my point of you know.
All right, thanks for sharing your point of view, David. All right, Nihan, what is your point of view?
Sorry to mispronounce Halcyon. I guess I don't agree with Halcyon because work is not everything. A few weeks ago, I quit my job. Then I feel really, really nice because I was working really hard. My boss is kind of a really cruel boss. He had not limits, and he just think that we were just robots and we have to work a lot. But I don't agree with that statement. I don't agree with that belief. First of all, my health is really important. Maybe I'm getting older and I just started to evaluate my priorities in that sense. And you can always find a better job. So did I found a really better job and I feel more comfortable in that job, and my work days is shorter than the other one, and my income is better than my previous job. Work is not everything, but I'm not really good at with my relationships. But health is really important. If your body couldn't carry that kind of pressure, I guess you have to immediately quit that job. And I strongly believe that if you have self-confidence, you can find better jobs. A lot of jobs could be waiting for you. The problem is which one would be suit for your ability and for your knowledge.
Interesting. All right, very good, very good. All right, I'm going to move on to our next point because we're going to talk about this even more, but thank you for sharing your points of view there. All right, now remember, our point today is that we're going to work on our sustained reading. So your readings are going to get a little bit longer. All right, let's move on to number 2. Okay, and let's see. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's move on to our next reading, and let's go ahead and have let's have Ismail. Ismail, can you please read for us?
Carissa, I couldn't see.
Okay, I think I did something there. All right, how about now?
No, I couldn't see. Okay. Simplify your life. To reduce stress and gain time for what you truly value, you may consider working fewer hours. You may be able to persuade your employer to reduce your current job demands. Or you may determine what you need to change jobs. Whatever you decide to do, you will likely need to adjust your financial situation and make change in your lifestyle. But this is not impossible and may not be as hard as you might think. In many lands, a consumer-oriented society sends the message that happiness is linked to income level and possessions, but in reality it is not. A simpler lifestyle can bring greater freedom and satisfaction. To prepare for such a change, reduce expenses and save money. Try to lower or eliminate debt. Discuss the need for change with your family members and seek their support. Principle: having food and clothing, we will be content with these things. An experienced man.
Okay, very good. Nice job with your reading. All right, now I'm just going to ask for maybe one comment here on this reading. All right, Stella, according to number 2, what is one way that you can reduce burnout?
You can think about what you buy and how do you spend what you want, and try eliminate what is the excess, and maybe work less. Like work less, receive less, but living with what you need and not with the more stuff that you need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so simplify. All right, good. Very good job. Excellent job. All right, just for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and continue with our reading. All right, we're just about done, and then we're going to get right into just a quick dialogue if time permits. Okay, Heide, your turn, please. Can you read number 3? Okay, it looks like
Heide is gone.
Yes, it looks like she's gone. Okay, very good. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's have Nihan.
Okay. The third one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you
I hear some noise. Learn when to say no to work. If you face an unrealistic workload or some other persistent problem in your workplace, discuss your situation with your employer. Whenever possible, offer solutions that meet both your needs and those of your employer. Reassure your employer of your commitment to your work and explain what you are willing to do, but be clear and firm about what you are not able to do.
Good. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and scroll down. Okay, go ahead, please.
Use foresight and be realistic. If you want to work less, your employer may accept you to accept less compensation. Anticipate risks such as the threat of job loss and be prepared to respond. Remember that your prospects for finding a different job are better while you are still employed. Even when you have reached a mutually agreeable for arrangements with your employer, you can expect to be pressured again to take on more work. What can help you to remain firm? Keeping to the commitments that you have made. Doing so might give you leverage to ask your employer to do the same in return, including keeping your workload within the agreed limits. Principle: let your word yes mean yes, your no, no. A wise man.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Nihang, what is the main idea of this reading, this particular point?
Actually, I disagree with that statement. I just want to say in the first place because I don't think so. Your boss, your employee can accept your needs. I don't know, but you are really professional, and the company, your boss, needs you badly. They can easily accept your offers. But if you're a regular random employer, I'm sure your boss would like to force you to work harder and maybe long hours. I don't know. This statement is not usually work, I guess.
Okay. Now, in your case, you gave us a really good example, right? You said that your boss was harsh and demanding. Okay, so what happens then in this case? Does it mean that you can no longer have your values and your priorities if your boss is harsh and demanding?
I'm not sure I really understand your question.
Okay, all right. Well, so does that mean that you lose everything, your personal values, your priorities in life?
No.
Because your employer is harsh and demanding.
In some cases it could be possible, but in my case it's not totally right. I didn't lose anything, but actually it was a really easy one. But something, how can I explain it? I don't know. But if yes, actually it's true. If you just think that you are losing your personality, your mottos, your thoughts, your hopes about that job, maybe the last solution will be work. You have to quit that job. But to sit down on a table and just talk about your priorities, most of the case it doesn't work, I guess.
Okay, so you may need to seek a different option.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Let's move on to our fourth and final point. Okay, our time is kind of getting away from us. All right, very good. Let's continue. And I think we are up to David. David, number 4, please.
Okay, so to renew yourself, Even when your work is free of major problems, you may still have your share of stress, difficult people, and unpleasant situations. So make time for sufficient rest and balanced recreation. Remember that recreation doesn't have to be expensive to be refreshing to you and your family. Cultivate interest and friendship apart from your work and avoid defining yourself by the time and amount of work that you do. Why? The book, your money, or your life observes who you are is far greater than what you do for money. If your identify and self-worth come primarily from your work, then you will find it difficult to minimize the role that work plays in your life. Uh, Principle. Better is a handful or of rest than two handfuls of hard work and chasing after the wind.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right. So again, here we have the thought that, okay, even if your work situation is stressful and you deal with difficult people, you still need to find some time for yourself and for your family. All right. Very good. Let's take our very last thing that we're going to do is our interview that you see at the bottom. All right, so this talks about a couple, a married couple who lived in the United States. They were in their early 30s, and they both suffered from burnout. Okay, all right, so in the bold black print, you'll see questions. Okay, so let's see. So David, I'll ask you to ask those questions. Okay, so you'll do the questions. Elcio, I'd like you to read Wayne's part. Okay, and then Stella, I'd like for you to read Marie's part. Okay, let's begin. Sorry. Sorry about that. Kind of got away from me. Okay, there we go.
I can't.
Okay, so David, ask the question,
Yeah.
please.
What led to you dealing with burnout?
Okay, Elcio?
Oh, Wayne, what leads to
Just
I just read it.
Just read Wayne's part.
Okay. We were running multiple business and had gone into debt over our heads. I wanted to build our business to a point where life was more comfortable and I could make money while working less. It's a good idea. My goal was to reduce stress, but I got just the opposite.
David?
Who were you affected?
Elcio.
Oh, sorry, teacher. How were you affected when we realized that the things we were working so hard to get, nice clothes, a bigger house, and more expensive vacations, were not making us happy? I felt emotional drained and I lost all motivation.
Stella.
My health suffered. Our relationship suffered. We didn't get along well.
But how did you simplify your life?
Elcio?
Hello? Sorry, teacher. We examined your. No.
That's it. Keep going.
We examined our goals and our life situation. We decreased the overhead of our business. I had a trained office and I left I go. I changed the kind of car that I was to
Willing?
drive, willing to drive. I built one a man business and I
Intentionally.
intentionally keep it small. We work our bills down, and keep our expenses low. Low.
Simplifying was not as hard as I thought it would be. We reduced our frequency of eating out and ate at home. We went for walks and we got healthy. Eventually, we began to work part-time and do volunteer work.
That has been interesting.
Our life has stopped being about making money. We adjusted our focus to more important things, and our relationship improved.
Life has smoothed out. We are much happier.
Okay, good. So life has smoothed out. Very good. Okay, so this is the case of Marie and her husband Wayne. Okay, so the principles that we talked about earlier are what they put into practice, and you can see some of the results. Very good. All right, guys, excellent job here with your reading. Now, I told you that you would read a lot today, and you actually did. Very good job on your reading. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our lesson for today. In a future lesson, we are going to again talk about the pronunciation of past tense verbs. But very good job overall here with your reading and your reading comprehension. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Great job, and hopefully I'll see you again soon in a future lesson.
Marisa.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye.